Koko,
Sandy?
how you doing? Next topic is?
I don't know. Probably,
Do it.
dating married men and women.
There you go.
Is that what you want?
Well, okay, first off, single people meet married people in different ways. Dating sites are one that are positively, absolutely the easiest way for a woman, positively, and possibly a man. I don't know the statistic that way, but I know the statistic with men. Women, if you're on a dating site and the guy has no picture, maybe he has hidden pictures if you're on, Plenty of Fish, but if he has no picture at all.
No naming websites. I'm not promoting them.
I know, but okay. Anyway, if he has no photo at all, he's married. Period. He is married or hideous. He might be hideous, but he's positively, absolutely married. Probably the same with women, although
There is a half percent, maybe 0.25% of men that do not post their pictures because of the business or the work.
Oh, and there's some women who say the same thing. They might be a school teacher or something,
or they are prominent in the public. Yeah. I can give that very small portion. I can give that.
Right, but the deal is they have to be able to. We'll get into that in a second. Okay,
correct.
Now, if the man or the woman have photographs that you cannot use to pick them out of a lineup, i.e., generic, like they're so far back that you really can't see their face. You can see that,
or it's a group of people and you don't know which one is them.
Yeah, that's another one. That's true. But typically they're far enough away where you can't, you can see like a full body. You can see they're, not fat and they seem to be kind of attractive, but you couldn't be 100% sure. You couldn't pick them out of a lineup. Okay? They're married. Sorry. And a woman probably is married as well. And once again, if they only have hidden pictures, like with the exception of, I've talked to some women who were school teachers or things like that, and it was they felt kind of funny because they don't want to get hit up by dads of their students.
Right.
And okay, maybe. And the same thing, maybe if they're politicians or if they have some notoriety. But if you are that person on a dating site and you positively have to be able to prove to the people who are contacting you that you're not married. There's an ethical kind of a thing, because I've heard the number as high as 60+% of men on dating sites are married, and 40% of women who are on dating sites or more are married. So that's kind of an iffy kind of thing. And yeah, and then the whole separated thing too. Being involved in a relationship. Okay, so married and separated. Okay.
I don't even like that term.
Well, but
you know what?
You're still married.
You're legally
married. But you're in the process of ending that relationship. Now, what's interesting is now I was talking to a woman who is separated, but she's Catholic. Now, I'm a recovered Catholic, so that whole dynamic, I don't even know how that would work, because there's no divorce in Catholicism. You can have a marriage annulled or something. I don't remember. It's some sort of, so it's like, yeah. So that's a whole other thing. So it's really complicated, and single people dating married people, I don't know. It doesn't seem like it can really work. There's so many issues, and of course the guy or the woman will say, "Oh, but I'm so unhappy." My favorite line was, and this is, I know this happens. I know divorced couples who are divorced. They've been divorced, who are still living in the same house because they were so underwater because they bought the house before the crash, and they can't get out of it. And they can't afford to live separately, so they have to share the expenses, and they live together. Like, he lives in the basement. It's like a...
But they're legally divorced.
But they're legally divorced.
So they're roommates.
Basically. And that's kind of,
That's different.
Right. But there are married couples who are separated
living in the basement, one of them, because, yeah.
I mean, and, you know, I've seen the dynamic, and I know it exists, and I've talked to people, and I've helped people in that situation. It's not easy. It's not pretty. It's really, really complicated. If you're single and you're looking to date, yeah, you gotta be so. I mean,
We're going to have to continue this into a part 2 because
Yeah.
I know you might be a little shocked at some of the comments that I'm going to be coming up with in part 2.
so Koko,
Sandy?